Failure. Look below. I'm a friend. A demon here. Here is whisper. Amaze. Assault. Edgar. Unlawful.
Known as the
No more worries about cleaning up after them, no concerns about pet illnesses, and no fear of them causing chaos at home. This AI-powered smart pet offers incredibly realistic companionship, simulating 98% of real tactile feedback.
Once upon a midnight dreary, Edgar Allan Poe might have pondered here, weak and weary. Rich, this is the room in Baltimore, Maryland, where Poe wrote The Raven, The Fall of the House of Usher and the Bells. Some say he was a haunted man.
Did I scare you?
Others say the haunting still goes on here in this room, and 5 blocks away where Edgar Allan Poe is buried. According to legend, the ghost of Poe roams among these tombstones outside Westminster Church. On a moonlit night, the poet's phantom has been reported flitting from grave to grave, as if it were searching for something or someone.
Whether or not it is the spirit of Edgar Allan Poe, we really can't say.
This is Jeff Jerome, curator of the Poe Museum. His job has made him an expert on the life, legend, and afterlife of the poet.
People have heard footsteps inside the church. We've had people bumped by something in the hallways of the church. We've even had people claim to have seen visions of a man in a lace shirt walking around the tombstones in the cemetery.
Stay for longer.
Yep. I'm fine. This is Officer Martin from the Sheriff's Department. How can I help you this evening?
Are you calling me or am I calling you?
Are you calling here?
No.
Really? This is the Sheriff's Department. This is Deputy Martin from the Sheriff's Department.
So someone probably is messing with us. Then.
Huh?
Probably someone like transferred my call to your.
Who is it?
I don't know. Because if you didn't call me and I didn't call you, someone's messing with the lines.
Stop calling here.
I'm not calling here.
Who is this?
This is Big Daddy's Pizza.
Huh?
This is Big Daddy's Pizza.
Really?
Yeah, but my phone was
calling
ringing,
here.
and if your phone was ringing, then someone's just messing with the line. And
Big Daddy's Pizza.
yeah.
There's nobody calling you. What's that? Who is this?
You're confusing me, dude.
Huh?
Like, I'm not saying anything.
Huh? Go ahead.
We should just hang up, dude. They're messing with us, dude.
I'm Deputy Martin from the Sheriff's Department.
From the Sheriff's
Call the
Department?
Sheriff's Department, confirm it.
We can use this.
Yeah. You can call the Sheriff's Department, confirm it.
Confirm what?
Hey, come right here. I'll be right here.
What?
There's nobody calling you.
Big Daddy's Pizza, this is Julia. How may I help you?
Big Daddy's Pizza.
Yes?
I'm fine. This is Officer Martin from the Sheriff's Department. How can I help you this evening?
Who is this?
Deputy Martin from the Sheriff's Department.
Oh, did
Are
someone...
you calling here?
What was that?
Are you calling here?
No, is someone calling you from our number?
Huh?
Did somebody call from your number? Or
There's
from our
nobody
number?
calling you. No one's called you.
No. Wait. Oh, hold on.
Nobody's calling your number.
Someone has been calling from this number or no?
No.
Wait.
There's nobody calling you.
Dylan.
Oh, okay. Because we've had someone say that there's been someone calling from a different number calling to us.
Big Daddy's Pizza.
So I don't... Yeah.
I'm going to invite you now. This is the Sheriff's Department. Who is this?
Nurse.
Huh?
What was that?
Who is this?
This is Julia at Big Daddy's Pizza?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you need to quit calling here.
No one's calling from our number.
No one's called you.
What was that?
Huh?
No one's called us?
No one's called you.
Yeah, we
Nobody's calling you.
haven't made any outgoing calls either.
You can call the Sheriff's
Flashing.
Department and confirm it.
Okay.
No one's called you.
Okay.
Big Daddy's Pizza. Yeah. Big Daddy's Pizza.
Joe. Deception. I feel free now.
Our next guest tonight is the lead singer of the legendary. What do you think?
That was very catchy. Joey.
Go forward.
Check.
Soul, James Brown, and R&B. The importance.
I told.
Check.
Hello.
Okay.
All right. So Merry Christmas, everybody.
You'll talk directly to me, and then
We'll use my these to talk directly to the camera.
All right.
cool.
Yes.
So let's get right down to the meat.
Let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Get down to the real
Important shit.
Okay, the important stuff.
I told you.
Anything about radio, what would you change?
I would change everything about it.
And for you don't mind, you can put my question sort of back in your answer.
All right.
Yeah, I would change everything about
I would change everything about radio because when I was a kid growing up in the '60s, radio to me it was life. It was like DJs who had personality and they were turning.
What year is it?
It was for me. It was the beginnings of what would what would change my life basically. I used to listen to guys in New York and Murray Kay, and I turned on the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and the Kinks and the Who and all the great music. The '60s were probably the most influential time in the history of rock and roll music. So many different styles and sounds from the early '60s, the girl groups, Phil Spector, Ronettes, the Beatles, soul, James Brown, and R&B, and then the psychedelic period, and the Stooges, and the MC5, and the Doors. There was so much, and then I remember from AM getting turned on to Freeform FM. That's when FM first came in. It was It was kind of exciting. It was progressive.
woman here.
It was had its own kind of aura about it, you know, where they play the whole album. They play, you hear Jimi Hendrix for the first time and stuff like that, Led Zeppelin and all that. And then things started changing in, I guess in like the early 70s, you know, and because I remember like when the Ramones first came on, you know, came out, it was like kind of us versus them, you know what I mean, almost, where them was, you know, the big corporate artists, but it was radio who was, you know, like, they didn't want to play anything new. They just wanted to stick to the safe stuff, you know, like at the time it was corporate rock. It was Journey and Foreigner and Boston and Toto and the Eagles and Linda Ronstadt and Kansas, and then there was disco music, and it was Donna Summers and Don't Rock the Boat Baby, and I remember them all, you know.
Yes, I did.
Unfortunately, I mean, it was those few like pioneering types who, you know, would take a chance on a band like us, like Vince Scelsa and Dennis Ellis.
I just like to talk.
W, and then at LIR years later, and PIX too in New York, Rodney KROQ in LA, and BCN in Boston, Oedipus, and you know, there were like a few like pioneers scattered here and there that were passionate about the music. You know what I mean? It wasn't strictly about big business. It was still about the music, you know what I mean? See, I feel there's a way for everyone to be able to make their quarters, but still be able to play, you know, like everything, like play the Beatles, play Motorhead, play U2, play Green Day and Offspring and Rancid.
Hey everyone.
Mary Ann.
Order food you love with Food Panda. Download the app and order now.
Hello everyone, Aria here, Pop here.
Clip my wings. There you go.
Guilt.
Bang, bang.
My insides are red, yours are too, and the red on my face is matching you. And goodness, you're bleeding, what a wonderful feeling. You're down and you're bleeding, my head is just reeling. The red means I love.
This TikToker took
There is an
cosplaying
afterlife.
too far and killed her own friend.
A body has been discovered!
And people found it disturbing that a few days after she murdered someone, she still posted videos as if nothing happened. She posted videos of herself cosplaying characters that are violent, evil, and sadistic. Because of her love for these types of characters, people started to think that this might be the reason for killing her friend. Helen Hastings was an 18-year-old college student from Houston, Texas. Even though Helen has been nothing but kind, her classmates found her weird and treated her as an outcast in school. Because of this, she became depressed, developed anxiety, and always isolated herself. But because of her love for Japanese culture, she discovered cosplaying, which helped her find friends and a community that made her feel accepted. That's how she met the 23-year-old Marianne Oliver Snow, who is more known as Yandere Freak on social media. The two of them instantly clicked because they both live in... This TikToker took cosplaying too far and killed...
Now, what's the dumbest thing you've ever done when drunk?
Over.
Who's Yandere Freak? The 22-year-old posts videos with another user called Snowthall Queen. Yandere Freak's main TikTok account holds over 1.6 million followers. Several of the videos posted on the platform are of them imitating fictional character Junko Enoshima. Their age-restricted content has amassed over 45 million likes on the platform. I just want to say, if you are in the cosplay community, please do not interact with Snow, the Salt Queen, her name Yandere Freak. Yandere Freak, whose real name is Marianne Oliver Snow, is a Houston, Texas native. The Harris County District Court states that the social media star was arrested on January 28th after they gave an audio-recorded statement describing the horrific incident which took place. Oliver Snow claimed that, on or about January 17th, caused the death of Helen Rose Hastings by pointing a handgun. The late victim was a first-year student at Oberlin College. Oliver Snow was released by the police on a $20,000 bond, due to their popular online presence.
Lights. Brazen bull.
That's boring. That's boring. Brazen bull. Brazen bull.
Stranger.
Then she got
Ava. Torment.
Torture devices of all time. It's called the Brazen Bull, and it was believed to have been used by a tyrant in the 6th century. First, victims were locked inside a hollow metal bowl. Then, a fire was lit underneath it. As the metal heated up, the victims inside suffered excruciating burns. But most
We like your
unsettling of
equipment.
all, the design made their screams sound like an angry bull to people on the outside. This might be one of the worst torture devices of all time. It's called the Brazen Bull, and it was believed to have been used by a tyrant in the 6th century. First, victims were locked inside a hollow metal bowl. Then,
Greetings,
She will harm you. Argument.
Hey humans, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel.
Who's ever? Alright.
Hello there, YouTubers. My name's Charlie Chittenden. It is Sunday, the 17th of April, 2022, and I'm now going to
Believe in yourself.
session with the intention of attempting to communicate with the spirit of Adolf Hitler's wife, Eva Braun. Now, I'm unaware as to whether Eva Braun understood the English language whilst she was alive, but maybe through the passing of time, she's developed a greater understanding of it, or maybe spirit beings can come forward and communicate on her behalf. I'm also offering private ghost box sessions if you would like me to communicate with one of your deceased loved ones or friends.
Eva Braun. Eva Braun. Eva Braun. Well, she was Hitler's wife. Wow.
My name is Walter.
Walt Disney.
Eva Braun first met Hitler in 1929 when she was 17 and working.
Secret wife. Maybe. Yeah, fly to Finland.
Recovery. At Lenzerheide, by the way, Mrs. Soames presented the cup. This intimate film has just been released. Who's the girl? Eva Braun, Hitler's girlfriend. Pictures taken at Berchtesgaden. This is Eva's sister. Strength through joy was part of Hitler's philosophy, and both the Braun girls apparently went in for it. Eva again, keeping fit for the Führer. It's rather surprising, however, that he seems to have allowed her to have fun and games with other people. Strength through joy, take 2. The late Adolf Hitler himself, if he is late. Report.
The road. Little girl.
Hi now, we're all set to enjoy the very first programme on Rutland Weekend Television. Ham sandwich, bucket and water plastic Duralex rubber McFisher's underwear. Plug rapid emulsion, sick custard without sustenance in Kipling Duff geriatric scenery. Maximises press insulating Doublemint grunting sapphire clubs, incidentally. But tonight, Sanpan Bombay Bermuda in diphtheria rustic McAlpine splendour. Rabbit and fut-fut-fooey jugs rapidly big bio rule liners must green gauges mixturate with nipples and tiptoe rustling machinery. Rustically inclined. Good evening and welcome. Hello. Foreskin mousetrap view Mount Everest tin tray lobotomy in England.
Saddleback. Lectury billboard kettle bum, simpering, snuff masticated, bow side, handset, lemonade enterprisingly appetite, rubberized plum joint, curvaceously mucking squirrels.
I see. Rapidly piddle-pot strumming Hanover peace pudding mouse rumpling cuddly corridor cabinets.
Sick in a cup. Door jam whisper tap Sunderland shower curtain, iced wallpaper cups crouchingly, rubber king wrap butter kissing feathers, definitely pheasantry daughter, successfully douche dinner bottom.
Machine wrapped with butter?
Machine wrapped with butter.
So, nail-attacking butterfly clouds, reputedly, with that I might galvanize sugar, elbow-wrenchingly heartfelt until horse-playing, perspicaciously raddled mandibles on asinine shoestring drawn to lost three buttermichismo were never cobbled therein. Good night.
Well,
The little boy likes you. Neither. This is secret.
No longer is.
I'm feeling tired. Aldous.
Aldous Huxley. Oh, yeah. That's interesting. I don't know who that is.
I'm attached to the forest.
Wow. Check this out.
Which was published about 2 years ago, you did claim that much of what you forecast had come true. I mean, for example, the use of drugs and this instance of people having their thoughts directed while they're asleep through music being played or messages being played through their pillows and so on. I mean, in which societies do you think that most of what you forecast has mostly come true? And is it in America, Britain, Russia, China?
Well, it seems to me this is not so much, you can't say that it's a question of national peculiarities or even entirely of political peculiarities. I mean, I think when the technological and applied scientific means are developed, they just tend to be used. I mean, I think one can say that the whole history of recent times in relation to science and technology shows that if you plant the seed of applied science or technology, it proceeds to grow, and it grows according to the laws of its own being. And the laws of its being are not necessarily the same as the laws of our being. I mean, hence this sense which so many people have, and which I think one sees in so many societies, this sense that man is being subjected to his own inventions, that he is now the victim of his own technology and the victim of his own applied science instead of being in control of it.
How could he be in control of it?
Well, this is the problem. I mean, I think that this is perhaps one of the major problems of our time. How do we make use of this thing? I mean, after all, this was stated in the Gospel. The Sabbath was made for man and not man for the Sabbath. And in the same way, technology was made for man and not man for technology. But unfortunately, the development of recent social and scientific history has created a world in which man seems to be made for technology rather than the other way round. And we have to start thinking about this problem very seriously and seeing how we can re-establish control over our own inventions.
But would you say then that America or Britain was as liable to suffer from the arts of mass persuasion or brainwashing, say, as dictatorial societies?
Well, at the moment, fortunately, we have in both these countries
Be careful in here.
Considerable constitutional tradition which puts a brake on these kind of activities. I mean, for example,
forgiveness.
One of the ablest writers, it seems to me, on sociological problems is the French writer Professor Ellul, who views the difference between the totalitarian, the Russian totalitarian and the Western civilizations as being essentially a difference in the...
Gotcha.
Burton Agnes Hall, an ancient manor in England, is home to one of the most chilling legends in history. After Anne Griffith, the owner's daughter, was brutally attacked when she lay dying, she made a single request. Her skull must remain in the house. When her family ignored her wish and buried her, horrific screams echoed through the halls, objects shattered, furniture moved violently, and apparitions appeared in the dead of night. Terrified, the family exhumed Anne's remains and placed her skull inside the estate. Immediately, the hauntings ceased. But whenever someone attempted to remove the skull, the disturbances returned with greater fury. Visitors reported feeling watched, hearing phantom footsteps, and witnessing doors slam shut. A group of researchers once tried relocating the skull, only to find their car mysteriously breaking down on an empty road as shadowy figures loomed in their rearview mirror. Even to this day, the skull remains within the walls of Burton Agnes Hall, ensuring the restless spirit of Anne Griffith is never disturbed again. The few who have dared to touch it describe an overwhelming sense of sorrow and terror, as if Anne herself is begging them not to take her away. Don't forget to subscribe for more bone-chilling.
Agnes Hall.
Over there.
Deep in the misty hills of Eastern Europe, hidden far from civilization, once stood the Silent Hill Convent, a place cloaked in mystery and fear. Villagers spoke of it only in whispers.
They blamed
the
me.
ground itself was cursed. The convent was ruled by Sister Agnes, a woman of intense piety and terrifying authority. Her devotion was so extreme that she believed suffering purified the soul, and she made sure every sister under her care suffered. Discipline turned to cruelty, chants turned to screams. One by one, the nuns inside began to vanish. Some say they ran. Others believe they were sacrificed. After years of silence, a Vatican investigation uncovered the truth. Beneath the convent was a hidden catacomb.
Jolting views. Well,
Wisdom.
It's fresh. It's just studying views, man. This is something new. St. Agnes.
In the heart of the city lies the remnants of St. Agnes Hospital, a crumbling relic of a bygone era. Its once sterile halls are now shrouded in darkness, haunted by the ghosts of patients long forgotten. As a renowned paranormal investigator, I've heard rumors of St. Agnes for years. Stories of apparitions wandering the corridors, disembodied voices echoing through empty rooms, an inexplicable
I get it.
Electric.
Wait a minute.
In the quiet town of St. Vincent, nestled between misty hills, stood an old convent with towering stone walls. Sister Agnes, a kind-hearted nun, had lived there for decades. She was known for her unwavering faith and gentle soul, beloved by the community. But beneath the surface,
Mildred.
The convent carried a secret that haunted it for generations. One stormy night, as thunder rumbled and lightning cracked through the sky, Sister Agnes was alone in the convent. The other nuns had gone to town for a retreat, leaving her to tend to the evening prayers. The chapel, dark and cold, echoed with a soft whisper. In the quiet,
It started with a whisper, soft, barely audible, but relentless. In the dead of night, beneath the ancient stone church that had stood for centuries, Sister Agnes heard a voice calling her name. The village knew the church as a place of sanctuary, but what if sanctuary was just a mask for something far darker? Sister Agnes was a devout woman, dedicated to her faith and her vows. She had always believed evil could be kept at bay with prayer and light. But that night, the shadows inside the church seemed to pulse with a life of their own. The air was thick, suffocating, as she descended the narrow, spiraling staircase leading to the crypt below. The walls, lined with faded frescoes of saints and angels, now looked twisted, their eyes following her like silent sentinels. As she reached the bottom, the flickering candles revealed a figure, an altar boy who had vanished weeks ago. His eyes were pitch black,
Colton.
devoid of any humanity. "Sister, help me," he whispered, voice a rasp, the sound crawling under her skin. But as she stepped closer, his face contorted into a sinister grin.